Night at 7, Fox Sports.
Partnership worth 48. And looking pretty comfortable.
Well, Steve Waugh's had a life down there at wide mid-on. The field is exactly the same. I'm not sure he'll change his tactics either. To decide, well, I only just got that one over. I can get it further if I time it better.
There have been a lot of singles inside the circle this evening. I think it's an area that New Zealand must address. Just cannot allow the Australians. They either do that or they've got to score a lot more runs.
It was
This one just went on with the arm a little more.
Coming to the end of his stint here this evening. Has 5 efforts at getting through his stint. 1.3 overs, 1 for 45. I think he's bowled a bit better than that, perfectly honest. Here we go again, and yeah, he's got that one just a wee bit better, about 30 metres better.
This is a Steve Waugh signature, isn't it, this stroke? The dong lap. Down on one knee, outside off stump, and he knows he's got hold of that one. There we are, the partnership almost a run a ball. Under 4 required per over. Last ball of the 42nd over. Now that was put down, I think. There was a touch on that. Scott Styrus. It's the end of the over. 9 off, 212 for 4. See just how that skyline is heading downwards now for Australia. That's good news for them. From about over 38, 39. It's been heavy traffic for the New Zealand bowlers. So it's taking a toll now. Here's the last ball. Just a little nipper on that. Scott Styrus. Steve Waugh not quite controlling it. That's the end of Wiseman's spell. Simon Dool has been brought back again. So Wiseman really only took 1 wicket. There were a number of half chances. Caught and bowled, one to Simon Dool. right on the boundary, and then that one there as well. So he did create opportunities for New Zealand. Steve Waugh off the back of a fast innings in Christchurch, doing much the same here tonight.
Without doubt is the last throw of the dice. Maybe Simon Doull, after the mishap down on the boundary, has got a bit of fire in the belly. If we can nick Steve Waugh out, perhaps nick Michael Bevan out to get a couple of new players. I think if one of these two is there the whole time, then Australia will obviously win, but they need to get two very quick wickets, New Zealand. And then you've still got to contend with Damien Martin, Shane Lee and Ian Harvey. So it's so evident, there's so much depth in that side, so much confidence that they can get themselves into a few situations and out of them just as quickly.
A slight problem for Doull in particular is that early on, of course, he has a new ball in his hand and he'll get it to swing. That's what he relies on. Now after 42 overs, hard to get it to move in the air. Bevan threads it through another time. Not a huge strike rate there for Michael Bevan. He hasn't been required to really play the big shots. He's 14 away from a century. That's where I figure that the New Zealanders should be the depth if they want to prevent singles against the Australians. It's a little bit closer than a lot of other teams that you play against, but they run so well. You've just got to get in and commit yourself, take a bit of a chance and prevent the ones.
Single that they've accumulated in this innings. It'll be interesting to know how many of those 90 have been within the inner circle. Understand that after the first 15 overs you spread the field out a wee bit more. But my word, they seem to have managed to have scored a lot to mid-on and mid-off without too much pressure. 216 for 4.
43 overs to you now, Australia, 216 for
4. 67 runs on the offsides recover. Well, 7 of those are boundaries, but the remainder of them, I venture to say, are singles pushed into that extra cover mid-off region. Same with the 39 runs down the ground. 4 fours and a 6, and the remainder of those fairly comfortably taken ones.
Styris will begin his 6th over. Still very comfortable. Mid-off up. Bevan can do that and get a boundary with impunity.
Well, it's a very clever cricket shot, this, because of the fact that mid-off is up inside the circle. It is a calculated gamble, and he's come very first ball. The very, very first ball. And so it's a brilliant piece of batting, and just another angle of just how good Michael Bevan is. He does not let bowlers settle. In fact, none of the Australian batsmen tend to like to do that. There's the odd disturbance here at the ground because the odd idiots tried to get on. This is what they think they achieved, but however...
Well, this one's even broken the stumps. I'm afraid the old lunatic juice has got to a few people.
Some people conceded some joy in it. The Australians are quite comfortable about the whole situation because they're odds on to go on here and make it 4-0 up. And it's just needless foolhardiness that happens all the time.
Looking for two. And only just over the 30-metre circle. I think the interesting thing here is just let's look how far the ball goes behind square. Does it reach the 30-metre circle or just over? Down the ground, and another boundary.
Well, the first ball of the over, Michael Bevan decided to come at Scott Styris. That was a good shot. This time he stayed dead still in the shot, and it's just a half volley. He lifts back past the bowler. And with those two boundaries, he goes through to 97.
Very nearly through to the 100. He'll take a single. So Bevan now on 98 from 136 deliveries. Strike rate building up. Now he's started to free up the men brought up by Fleming inside the circle. 17 required. Steve Waugh out to the offside sweeper.
This isn't as good a pitch as Dunedin or Christchurch, for that matter. Still a very good one-day pitch when you look at the runs scored, but I think New Zealand were always clutching at straws, thinking 243 would be enough when you consider the big scores that Australia have managed to get in this series. They got 100 more than this just the other day in Christchurch. 44 overs gone. It's 229 for 4.
When you're looking for a phone and you want to own, they show you lots of plans. They never leave you alone. There's confusion, delusion, a what to buy. They all try and tell you, hey, give this a try. Dick Smith Electronics, we're never idle. We have a cellular plan for you to get mobile. We'll show you the range. We'll give you a hand. Whatever's in fashion, we understand. Hey, Dick Smith Electronics. That's where you go. Hey, hey, Dick Smith Electronics. That's where you go. Yeah.
So there we are. Just 2.5 runs required per over. And Michael Bevan really has showed his class here. Working the ball around. He's only hit 8 boundaries. But he's been able to pick the New Zealand bowlers off, push it down the ground. There he is. A lot better than an Australian to call it. David Hooks is here. With Willie Watson. Jerry and Simon Dool around the wicket. No single there. Now this is the sort of field that should have been in place much earlier, not when the game is all over. Fat lady is just warming up her tonsils. But it really is a situation where the players now, the batsmen are forced to hit through the field or over it. Game's all but shot. And 3. Well played, Michael Bevan. Full toss, he ringed up his 4th one-day international century to the applause of his teammates. So he matched Nathan Astill, who made 104 earlier in the day. 9 boundaries, excellent strike rate as usual, and he has played it on his own terms.
Match-winning 100 as well from Michael Bevan. One feature that really stood out, the amount of runs he's taken when he's hit directly to fielders.
And that is just an action replay, except the ball did bounce from Simon Dool on that occasion, but it went to the same spot. And Australia now require just 7.
Well, this is the shot he brought up as 100, and that wasn't a bad one. His teammates recognise that achievement, but an even better shot the next ball by Michael Bevan.
Already 8 runs from this over, and what a catch, what a beauty. Stars, who has been hit from third on the post today, has taken a spectacular catch at mid-wicket. Simon Dool, sick and tired of being driven past mid-off, has dug one in a bit short, and it was on its way to the fence before, and Storris plucked it like taking a right peach off a tree.
Great catch by Scotty Storris. One-handed, full stretch by him. He's done well. Finally manages to hold on to one. Bevan's gone for 107, and Australia 237 for 5.
For Australia's most comprehensive and informed wrap on rugby league, keep watching NRL on Fox. Gain an informative insight to the NRL with exclusive interviews featuring players, coaches and other rugby league heavyweights. Join Cameron Williams, Steve Mortimer and the Chief, Paul Harrigan, along with this week's special guests, Craig Gower and Ryan Girdler. NRL on Fox at the special time of 9 o'clock tonight on Fox Sports.
The Ultimate Guide, Friday nights on Discovery Channel.
Damien Martin comes to the crease at a no-win situation. Australia need just 7 of 5.2 overs. So all he can do is get out or get a couple not out.
Gets one from Simon Dool straight away. Dool certainly did enjoy getting hit through the covers by Michael Bevan in succession. And this is how he got rid of the century maker. Not a lot of pace on it from Michael Bevan, but what a catch from Scott Storris. One-handed, full stretch. Would have been 4 runs otherwise. Going for his 3rd boundary in a row.
Certainly New Zealand bowled much better today. They were much better balanced bowling lineup. And Australia need just 6 runs.
Normal speed, the dismissal of Michael Bevan. was a good catch. Great innings from Bevan, and really the thing that stood out for me was the number of times fielder was only 30 yards away from the ball. He hit it straight to them and had them on. And I hope the New Zealanders will take that on board for the next one-dayer. Maybe get those fielders in 5 yards closer, try and close them down.
Australia just 6 runs from 30 balls required. Damien Martin on strike. Storris, the man who took that magnificent catch in the last over to bowl. Will it be the last over? So certainly the New Zealanders looked a far more balanced bowling side, having some problems with their number 3 bowler, which is Scott Storris. But the extra spinner, they look good. David and Harris got a bit of stick, which didn't help the balance. But it was their batting today to let them down, not their bowling.
Yeah, I thought Paul Wiseman easily, he finished up with 1 for 52. That could have very easily been 3 for 30. He had a couple of chances, a sharp caught and bowled, a couple of other half chances in combination with Vittori for a while there. For about a couple of overs, they looked dangerous.
The one-arm bowl delivery again, and it's gone through. So they'll get a couple of runs. They may even look for 3. Damien Martin's fresh and he'll get it easily.
Unique variation from Scott Storris. Anything, I suppose, is worth to go at this stage, and wonders me how he manages to get on line and length with no front arm. Brings it out once or twice every limited overs game, Scotty Storris.
That's a pretty harmless way to bowl at this stage of the game. Down leg side, and that may be the game. That's the game. So Australia has won after winning the toss by 5 wickets with 25 balls to spare. So the unbeaten run that stretches to 14 for Australia. Magnificent performance. Damien Fleming bowled beautifully for his 4 wickets. Brett Lee there was rested from this game. John Buchanan, the coach on the right, shaking hands with Ian Harvey, Shane Lee. So Stephen Fleming would be disappointed with the 25 or 30 runs shy that New Zealand was. That little stagnant period in the middle of their innings, which didn't help them. And at one stage, their centurion, Nathan Astle, scored 23 consecutive singles. Steve Waugh walks off victor again for Australia. It's a monotonous part of the game at this stage. Someday, somewhere, it'll be changed, but at the moment, Steve Waugh continues to plug the right holes and win the game. Shane Warne on the oval. So as we await for the presentation area to get organised, we will come back shortly with Ian Smith.
The ANZ Tour continues live on Fox Sports with the final round of the season, the Tour Championship. You're invited to...
It's all over here in Napier, and Australia have won again. They've done it with 5 wickets in hand and 26 balls as well. Quite a comfortable run chase in the end. The day began when Stephen Waugh won his first toss of the series and decided to bowl first on a pitch that we all thought may lose its pace throughout the day. And Matthew Sinclair, well, his start to one-day international cricket, his horror start continued. Another duck today, LBW, maybe a marginal decision, but he was given. And then Stephen Fleming was undone by his namesake, a beautiful piece of deception, caught at cover. Roger Toos and Nathan Astle then looked to resurrect the New Zealand effort. 32 from 57 from the Wellingtonian twos, and then Cairns and Harris came in and played unusual innings at a time when New Zealand needed momentum. They couldn't quite provide it, and really it just lost its way a wee bit, the New Zealand cause. Nevin and Vittori tried in vain to pick up the pace towards the end of the innings, but without Nathan Astle's 8th one-day international 100, it was a magnificent performance again from him, beautifully paced and judged to set the foundation for New Zealand. 243 for 9, suspicion perhaps not quite enough. From the Australian point of view, well, Glenn McGrath will have better days without doubt. 2 for 61 for him. Fleming is always a consistent wicket taker. He has a great strike rate, and he showed that again today. And Ian Harvey and Shane Warne bowled in tandem well throughout the middle of the innings, and that's where they put the brakes on and restricted the New Zealanders. Not a bad bowling performance all round by the Australians once again. So then setting out to win the match, they needed 244, and they lost Mark Waugh when he was out first ball, and Adam Gilchrist too was back in the hut very early on. It was a dream start for the New Zealanders, exactly what they would have wanted. And then a partnership for the third wicket of 96 between Matthew Hayden and Michael Bevan set Australia on the way. They did it in good time as well, and they sent out Shane Warne, the pinch hitter, picked up one big 6 off Daniel Vittori before the bowler got him, and then Steve Waugh and Michael Bevan and Damien Martin saw Australia home. Michael Bevan's innings was absolutely outstanding. He is without doubt one of the best one-day batsmen, fielders and all-rounders in the game, unquestionably so. Chris Cairns tried hard again today, 8 overs, no maidens, 2 for 31. Simon Dool, good to see him back swinging the ball. He will be a threat in the test matches. Styrus couldn't quite find the rhythm or get too much assistance from this pitch here. 6.4 overs, none for 46. Wiseman, well, you look at that and you'll think 10 overs, 1 for 52, he didn't bowl well. It's not the case. He created 4 opportunities and could have had a lot better result at the end of the night. Daniel Vittori got the ball to turn, 10 overs, 1 for 47. Chris Harris wasn't his day with the ball either, really. Nathan Astle, so 245 for 5, and was comfortable in the end for Australia. The day belonged really to 2 batsmen, and Nathan Astle in particular for New Zealand played some glorious shots. He had a life on North and he was put down by Bevan at mid-off. Amazing, wasn't it, that they would be the 2 integral figures in the match itself. Started in the first over, and then Astle cut loose with a succession of big hits, square of the wicket and down the ground. And he had a little bit of luck there where Martin just misjudged where the boundary was. But all in all, Nathan Astle played some magnificent shots. That was a beauty. A huge hit down the ground on the charge. It was, once again, vintage Nathan Astle, as it has been throughout the summer. Not to be outdone, Michael Bevan, graceful left-hander, punishing blows as well down the ground. His desire to use his feet to the slower bowlers was quite brilliant. That was a great shot off the back foot, both feet in the air when he played that. The way he hit the ball through and over the offside was a feature today for Michael Bevan. And that perhaps that last one on the up through extra cover was perhaps one of the shots of the day. Okay, it's time now to talk to the important characters in today's match, the captains and the man of the match. They are now with Gavin Larson.
Thanks, Smithy. I'm down here at the National Bank presentations, and yes, the Australian juggernaut just rolls on. Got with me Steve Waugh. Steve, another really clinical performance.
Yeah, good performance. We had to work hard. 240 was always going to be a tough score, and Michael Bevan and Matthew Hayden put a good partnership together and won us a match.
And it's just such an efficient unit you've got there.
Yeah, we're a pretty good unit, yeah. I mean, I thought Ian Harvey bowled very well today, and it shows the depth when he doesn't play a lot of games, but he comes in and becomes our best bowler. So it's a good sign for us. We've got plenty of depth.
Sure, and thoughts on the McLean Park wicket here?
Excellent. Once again, a very good wicket. All the wickets have been fantastic. This one, a bit of turn, but there's nothing wrong with that, and it was pretty good for the batsman as well.
Yes, and one more game now in the National Bank Series, Eden Park on Friday. Must have visions of the clean sweep.
Well, it'd be nice, yeah, a bit like New Zealand in the yachting. Hopefully we can reverse it and make it 5-0 our way, but I'm sure New Zealand will play strong at Eden Park, and they played pretty well here tonight.
Steve, congratulations. Enjoy the night.
Thank you.
Cheers. It's a hard day at the office for Stephen Fleming and the Clear Black Caps. I've got with me now Stephen Fleming, the captain. Flem, tough night out there again, mate.
Yeah, we've had a few in a row, and Yeah, we competed well, but just once again, it's just the icing on little things. It's the partnerships towards the end of our innings today, and then wickets at vital times. But we're close, we're just not putting the icing on the cake.
Sure, so, I mean, what can you address now? You've only got a day to Auckland. Is there anything you can do?
We've addressed probably every area with the changes we made from the last game. We looked at having more bowling options. That worked reasonably well to try and take some wickets, but yet again still come up short. So we'll just keep plugging away. It was great individually for Nath today. I thought he played outstanding, and shame we couldn't really finish off that final 50 overs to score around 260, 270, which would have been a good game.
And we changed behind the stumps today. Chris Nevin from Wellington coming in. Thoughts on his debut?
Oh, he did very well. I thought a very good stumping of Paul Wiseman, and was very tidy, so I thought he performed very well.
Okay, thanks, Flem. We'll see you in Auckland. Cheers, mate. Cheers. We saw a very good one-day century from Nathan Astle, as Flem described, but the man of the match today, undoubtedly, Michael Bevan from Australia. Bev, congratulations, mate, from the National Bank, man of the match. You're renowned for your ability through the middle order now. That was a special innings?
Yeah, I'd sort of scored 70s and 80s throughout the summer in Australia, and I wanted to turn it into, you know, hundreds, and that's why I wanted to bat up the order at number 4 so I could score hundreds for Australia.
And just a few thoughts on that, because you batted primarily through 6 and 7, now you're up at 4. Much greater responsibility?
Oh yeah, and you play a bigger part in the game, which is great. So, you know, after 130 matches at number 6 or so, I was really looking forward to bat at number 4.
Sure, and I mean, I'm sure you don't want to be labelled a one-day specialist. There's a test spot up for grabs now with Ricky Ponting out injured. Aspirations?
Oh yeah, they're always there, and I always try and score as many runs as I can in Sheffield Shield, and if it comes along, great. If it doesn't, then I'm quite happy where I am, so we'll just have to wait and see, I guess.
Michael, congratulations, a fantastic knock, and good luck for Auckland.
Thanks, Gav.
Cheers. And Smithy, back to you.
Thanks very much, Gav. Just confirming that Michael Bevan got the 5 points today. Nathan Astle picking up 3 for his century, and Damien Fleming for his 4 for 41. Good performance too from him, picking up a solitary point. So overall, it's Nathan Astle's got a bit of a break on the field now. Adam Gilchrist had a quiet day at work today, so he didn't advance on his 10 points. Neither did Chris Cairns on his 12. A gap of 6 at the top there. Michael Bevan making a late charge with those 5 points that he picked up today. So you can see the highlights of this match, and 2 very, very good centuries to remember, if you like, on Sky Sport tomorrow night at 6 p.m. And then, of course, we're all off to Eden Park. Travel up tomorrow and hit the City of Sails. Still heaps of tickets left for that match. You can get them on 0508 Cricket. The match begins at 2 o'clock. Our coverage will begin on Sky Sport 2 at 1:50. So there we have it. The world champions, they don't get the tag lightly. They carry it very well because they are playing the game the way it should be played in all aspects, and it was a very, very fine performance again. Michael Bevan, the man of the match. Australia now 4-0 up with just the 1 match remaining at Eden Park. It's been a beautiful day here in Napier, but New Zealand's effort was once again not quite good enough. We'll see you in Auckland.
7, 8, 9, 10. The bigger on a trip, would you all come in with a little bit of this and a little bit of that? You can get what you see, you can see what you get, and I bet that you are a little bit excited. If you need an autograph, honey, I can write it. I got girls worldwide on the planet, some call Whitney, some call Jenny. I got a girl in Paris, I got a girl in Rome, I even got a girl in the Vatican Dome. I got a girl right here, I got a girl right there, and I got a girlfriend everywhere. I got a girl on the moon, I got a girl on Mars, I even got a girl that likes to dance with the stars. I got a girl right